Getting some sort of regulatory control over artificial intelligence is, of course, one of the great global challenges of the time, given its rapid advance in replacing humans in all sorts of activities and bettering them at so many, which makes AI potentially bigger than the invention of the steam engine or the automobile, the aircraft, the internet. We've seen the long Hollywood strike over AI replacing actors, for instance, and that is only one of the more public faces of the disputes underway over AI. And now Britain, PM Sunak particularly, has taken a lead in seeking to bring some sort of order to the development by way of a global conference on AI underway Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Heads of government and heads of leading tech giants such as Google, Meta and OpenAI have been meeting, many of them appropriately, remotely, and the meeting is underway at Bletchley Park, where the British had cracked the Nazi code that proved a turning point in the Second World War. Britain today still is in the AI lead. It has more than twice as many AI companies as any other European country. The challenge before the summit is not just human redundancy, though that's a big part of it, but also the development of dangerous capabilities that could pose risks to public safety, such as use by terrorists to build bioweapons. Many of these dangers are at present unknown. The outpacing of human capability could, by definition, get beyond human control, and the immediate aim is to bring some level of shared understanding of the risks. The summit is being attended, among others, by US Vice President Kamala Harris and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. It will end, again appropriately perhaps, with a discussion between Prime Minister Sunak and Elon Musk to be live streamed on X.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. This must be a good one. This one. Yes.
And you can see that what people like is that we've been able to convene such a wide range of people, including not just the US, but also the EU and China, to come together today. Dozens of countries signing the first ever declaration of its sort, saying that we need to develop a shared understanding of the risks that frontier AI technology poses and work together to develop our understanding of them and then how to manage them.
Good morning, everybody. It is my privilege to welcome all of you to the first ever Global Summit on frontier AI safety.
Point earlier, we can't expect these companies to mark their own homework. Now that has to be the responsibility of governments. That's why I've created the AI Safety Institute here in the UK, which I hope can be a globally leading institute to research the safety of these models. But then, as the companies have already done, is give access to the UK to look at these models before they're released, to work with them on that, so that we can do the testing that is necessary to make sure that we are keeping our citizens and everyone at home safe. It has to be governments or external people who do that work. Well, Elon Musk for a long time has both been an investor and developer of AI technologies himself, but for over a decade he's been also talking about the potential risks that they pose and the need for countries and companies to work together to manage and mitigate against those risks. So he's someone who obviously has got something that can be valuable to the conversation. So it was great that he's decided to join us, as well as other major CEOs. He's not the only one that's here. We've got representatives from all the major AI companies here at the summit, and that's crucial because countries will need to work together with the companies that are developing the technology. By the way, many of those CEOs themselves are saying governments should be involved and that the risks are potentially significant, and that's why it's right that we take proactive steps to protect people.
You could say that we're increasingly living in We are witnessing one of the greatest technological leaps in the history of human endeavour. The rapid rise of powerful artificial intelligence is considered by many of the greatest thinkers of our age to be no less significant, no less important than the discovery of electricity, the splitting of the atom, the creation of the World Wide Web, or even the harnessing of fire. AI holds the potential to completely transform life as we know it, to help us better treat and perhaps even cure conditions like cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's, to hasten our journey towards net zero and realize a new era of potentially limitless, clean, green energy, even just to help us make our everyday lives a bit easier. However, if we are to realize the untold benefits of AI, then we must work together on combating its significant risks too. AI continues to advance with ever greater speed towards models that some predict could surpass human abilities, even human understanding. There is a clear imperative to ensure that this rapidly evolving technology remains safe and secure. And because AI does not respect international boundaries, this mission demands international coordination and collaboration. To support this global effort, the United Kingdom is proud to host this summit in Bletchley Park, the birthplace of modern computing, where Alan Turing famously cracked the Enigma code and laid the foundations for a new digital age. Transitions like the one AI is heralding always present profound challenges, especially in preparing for unintended consequences. It is incumbent on those with responsibility to meet these challenges, to protect people's privacy and livelihoods, which are essential to both our economic and psychological well-being, to secure our democracies from harm, and to ensure the benefits of new technology are shared by all. I've always believed in the importance of holding a conversation, both within and across societies, to address such great challenges, of bringing governments and the public sector together with civil society and the private sector in that conversation, adhering to the values, tenets of faith, and laws that we all hold so dear. That is how the international community has sought to tackle climate change, to light a path to net zero, and safeguard the future of our planet. We must similarly address the risks presented by AI with a sense of urgency, unity, and collective strength. So, on behalf of the United Kingdom, I want to thank you all for the vital role you are playing in this shared endeavour, for laying the foundations of a lasting consensus on AI safety, and for ensuring that this immensely powerful technology is indeed a force for good in this world.
But just as AI has the potential to do profound good, it also has the potential to cause profound harm. From AI-enabled cyber attacks at a scale beyond anything we've seen before, to AI-formulated bioweapons that could endanger the lives of millions of people. These threats are often referred to as the existential threats of AI, because, of course, they could endanger the very existence of humanity. These threats, without question, are profound, and they demand global action. Ambassador Hartley, thank you for the... I firmly believe that we must be guided by a common set of understandings among nations. And that is why the United States will continue to work with our allies and partners to apply existing international rules and norms to AI and work to create new rules and norms.
we start with insight. I think there's a lot of concern among people in the AI field that that the government will sort of jump the gun on rules before knowing what to do, and I think that's unlikely to happen. I think what we're really aiming for here is to establish a framework for insight, so that there's at least a third-party referee, an independent referee, that can observe what leading AI companies are doing, and at least sound the alarm if they have concerns. I don't know what necessarily the fair rules are, but you've got to start with insight before you do oversight. And here we are for the first time, really in human history, with something that's going to be far more intelligent than us. So it's not clear to me we can actually control such a thing, but I think we can aspire to guide it in a direction that's beneficial to humanity. But I do think it's one of the existential risks that we face, and it's potentially the most pressing one.